Who has made you cry the most? Who has the nicest body? Who is the funniest? Who does your mom like the most? Who has cheated on you? Who was the biggest liar? Who was the best kisser? Who do you think loved you the most?
I remember when I first saw this on Coach Greg Adams. This was the beginning of my evolution. And even though women could say that they just was on there playing, if a man did the same thing, would they think it's funny? Oh, hell no.
Happened to men being the pursuers.
Y'all asked for the sequel, so here it is. Why Men Aren't Pursuing Women, Part 2.
But women are the prize because women, they got a pussy, you know what I mean? Pussy makes the world go round.
A compliment from a man means literally nothing, but a compliment from a woman. Now that's something.
I'm taken, and I still love to go shake my ass at a bar with my friends. So
Hate the attention, but then when I feel unattractive and I don't get the attention, it's like, I don't love that either.
So men are down here and women are up here.
Okay, so are women equal to men or are women superior to men?
Superior.
Okay. When it comes to dating and relationships, who is typically seen as the prize, the man or the woman?
Yeah, the woman.
Okay, so if the woman is the prize, why even bother going out with a man in the first place?
I don't know.
That's a great question.
Ladies, if he says he's got no hoes, that means nobody wants him, so you shouldn't either.
Men think that they are the shit. Why do men think that they have to take money, or why do men think that women have to do cooking, cleaning, all that stuff, and all they do is go to work?
We control the world.
Okay. So if women control the world, why do so many people think it's a man's world? How likely are women willing to accept men for just the way they are?
Not very likely.
We want things, and we're not going to tell you what we want.
Why would you do that?
Because for the sake of being complicated.
So like, what kind of effort do you make? What do you do?
I mean, obviously, if I like someone and I know I'm going to be seeing them, then I'll put my makeup on, do my hair better than normal.
50% of adults in the United States are single. I wonder why that is.
There are a lot of cool men out here. I love the president. Let's give it up for the brothers. There's a lot of cool men out here. For the men out here. I love the president's speech saying you're looking at a feminist. What can men do leaving here? Be better. Be better at everything.
Men are taught that they have to make women happy. The fact of the matter is, you can't make anybody happy. You have to make yourself happy. Happiness is a byproduct of achievement. So for women to say that they're unhappy, it's their own fault. Anybody who says he's unhappy, it's his own fault. Everybody has to make himself or herself happy.
You're giving me such a bloody headache. Yeah, I mean, where are you from? Where are you from? Dear Lord, I would never in a million years teach my girls that they have to grow up to be reliant on a man, as you can well imagine. I would never teach my son that he should be attracted.
But Tracy, you're the same one. You're the same one who brags that she's so strong and so tough and doesn't need a man's money. Yet you're taking alimony.
City boy, city boy.
Got him. We fucking got him.
That's why it's the GOAT. The GOAT.
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turning on all notifications. Turning on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. I've been having a steady flow of subscribers lately. Thank you very much. So I'm not going to be begging people to subscribe really, because I mean, I think I finally found my, I don't know, my energy flow in order to get the subscribers rolling in. I just ask people to subscribe, to definitely turn on notifications so that you can know when I make a whole new video, because I think a lot of people that's subscribing may not be getting the notification, so therefore they may not be seeing my videos. So just that right there. Anyway, today's video is going to be about the effect of TikTok on society, especially American society. These are things that I did not know, but some things that I was aware of, because I see how society is degenerating into this like me, look at me type of thing. And it's like a catch 22. People are going to do what gets them clicks. Men out there, if you are blaming women for being half dressed, having OnlyFans, having hardly no clothes on, and things like that, guess what? There's a sizable portion of men that are giving that attention. So therefore, those women are going to do that. It's no different than men that decide to be bad boys or thugs or assholes, because they notice women are giving those types of men more attention than the one. See, I don't want to say nice, because you see, it's two types of nice. There's authentic nice people. This goes for both men and women. And then there are the fake nice ones. Those are the most dangerous ones. I prefer a person to be an asshole and be honest about it. Now, that don't mean that I'm going to deal with you. I probably will not like you at all, but I will respect you for the honesty. It's those people that act like they are nice or act like they're a good human being, and actually they are the worst. They could be a serial deleter. Okay, I'm not sure if I could use that word, but they could be taking out people, but yet they could be as nice as pie. Those are the people that I tend to worry about. That's why I guess sometimes I now looking back, I can see why some people was worried of me, because they probably thought maybe I was fake. And that's why I try to be on here like I'm not perfect. I made mistakes in my relationships. I'm not really the victim, because I could have left. There's things I could have did differently, and of course I made mistakes in the relationship as well. Thing is though, I'm definitely pointing out things where she was wrong, because I noticed when women tell a story about a relationship, even if they're having a falling out with women, they don't tell the complete truth. They tell some half truth, and they always make themselves appear like they are the angel, and they have did nothing wrong, and it's like, woe is me. So because that really pisses me off, I will be as honest as possible when I'm talking about other people in my life by exposing some of my faults as well. Is the least I can do. Anyway, getting back to the TikTok thing. So while a lot of mostly men will get like real angry at the women that are well, I understand with them saying certain things about men, like coming on there beating their chest like, oh, I don't need a man and things like that. Yes, that is annoying. But even some of the other stuff that they say, or even if they do OnlyFans, I really do not judge women by what they are doing with that type of stuff, because for me, it's kind of like, hey, I'm not down with that life. I could not handle a woman doing that, but it's fine for her to do that. But and it's not like me and her could not be cool or friends, but we would not be in a relationship. I'm not going to end up like Destiny, thinking, and this is something that I know I did in some of my relationships. I think I could handle something, and then once I get in there, I'm like, you know what? I can't handle this. But then I don't know how to exit out. So I've been rambling on for a bit, but we're going to let this video play, and I'll be right back to show how TikTok is destroying American society.
Quick, I need to show you something that will blow your mind. Look at this. This is the Chinese TikTok app we all watch every day. dances, teenagers, twerking, silly trends. Meanwhile, this is the TikTok that only China sees. Wholesome, educational, smart, not fun. What we just stumbled upon here is a huge revelation. And I promise you, this story is much bigger than you think. Because this is proof of how China is making all of us dumber with TikTok. I mean, just take a look at these videos and you'll see a suspicious difference between the TikTok we know versus China's version of TikTok, Douyin. Because while our version of TikTok is being fed with just more of this.
Oh my God, the twerking. Look, and I'm not fake about this neither. Like, I'm not one of those guys, and I believe there's a lot of men like this that they will say like, "Ew, look at that," and then when they're home alone, they are looking at the women twerk. Yeah, online. Oh, whether it's OnlyFans, whether it's like TikTok and things like that. Are those women shaped how I like? Yes, they are. But the fact that they are doing this, and the fact that they are doing this for everyone to see, is something goes off in me like, why the display? If I was the boyfriend or the husband, I would feel very uncomfortable. That would be similar like if I as a man is waving, and as men we can't do that, but if I was waving my member downstairs online, or if it was some type of dance that a man could be kind of like he's jingling his thing, and all men was doing it, what women would like that? Now of course though, there are men that do that motion, and those are usually the most vile men, but they don't but it's not as many men that do it on that clip, and most women are disgusted by it, and I don't think a man would like that unless if he's LGBT. Now don't misunderstand, I'm not preaching to women like, hey, you shouldn't do that. I'm just saying, if I was your man, I would not want you to do that, and if you are going to continue doing that, then maybe we should not be together, type of thing. I mean, we can be friends, we can be cool, depending on how attractive you are. We might even can be friends with benefits. Look, see, I'm not an angel. I'm not above doing that type of thing. I just need to know the parameters of what's going on before I even get into something like that. And once I would find like a decent woman, I would have to kick you to the curb because you are not marriage material to me. Now, I'm pretty sure there are men that don't care, but I believe that's a lot of men that think they can take something until they get into it only because they are blinded by how attractive the woman looks. I had a falling out with a woman that I had commented on her twerking, and I wasn't judging her. I just was saying because she put up a post after she put up a post twerking or either a scandalous type of photo, and then she was like, why are men being so thirsty? And then I'm like, and it wasn't me, but I was just giving advice like, hey, if you do that type of thing, it's kind of like me doing these types of videos. It's going to be someone that's going to come. I'm opening myself up to someone coming out saying something crazy to me, whether it's something I misspelled, the way I talk, the way I pronounce something, how I'm wrong about something. I'm opening myself up to that. Now I can get mad about it, but I can also look at it like, hey, well, I'm out here advertising my thoughts and views. So not everybody's going to agree. So I have to just accept that. It is what it is. So if you are a woman putting that sexual vibe out there, and I'm not saying you should be what's the word for that? For a man to send you D pics or to um touch you in a sexual way, or even to message you. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm just saying that by you doing that type of thing, you kind of open yourself up to it. You know, another example is like me going somewhere that's like the hood late night with an expensive car and with flashy clothes, and I'm flashing money around. A lot of dudes will say I'm asking to get robbed. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of men think. Now, I don't think that just because somebody's wearing something or even showing something that gives you license to harm or hurt them. But I do understand that you put yourself in a certain predicament that something's more likely to happen just because of the way that you are behaving. I hope I was clear about this. Anyway, let's continue.
And this. Just more suggestive videos, just more and more dancing trends, just more idiotic, wasteful content with tens of millions of views and just more and more silly pranks. Well, the people of China only get served more of this. Teachers in classrooms, science experiments for kids, showcasing architecture and technology, even sports. I mean, they take this so seriously, they even have specific categories on Chinese TikTok for knowledge and physical education.
You can pretty much learn about anything you want to on Douyin.
And of course, you can easily say that this is just because of cultural differences, but let me remind you, TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is Chinese. And even cybersecurity experts are worried that the Chinese government could easily use TikTok as a tool to control how Americans think.
You want the next level of youth to go, I can be famous doing something that's truly worthless to society.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is very possible that in this modern age of information, China is waging a secret war on your attention, all while showing us how social media can be more meaningful and educational.
Residents, children in China get to see is very different from the one your kids are looking at here.
They want their kids to grow up and want to be astronauts and scientists.
Yeah.
They don't want them to grow up and be influencers.
It's like they deliberately are feeding us garbage while they themselves are eating gold. Which is why China's version of TikTok is protecting their own kids from trashy content. There, if you're under 14 years old, you can only watch videos for 40 minutes per day. Unlike on our TikTok, where youngsters drown in these types of videos, in China, kids even get an alert to get off their phones and do something else. And between 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., they cannot access the app. See, by now, we have made quite a few videos about China, and some people label me as anti-China. But guys, this might be the first time I'm saying this. This time, China is definitely doing something right inside their country.
In China, the way that the algorithm works, it doesn't reward people doing stupid dances and like playing with their dog. The algorithm is rewarding things that they want to see their youth do.
And maybe this time China is winning the war on our attention. And if we don't keep up, China will outsmart the rest of the world by shipping out an app so addictive and so damning it will corrupt the minds of everyone except the very people who created it. Have you ever heard of a clothing store that exists to help people and not make profits? Well, you have to visit our store, honesty.global, a unique humanitarian clothing where you get to choose who you want to help while buying amazing high-quality clothes. If you appreciate what we do, please support our charity work by visiting honesty.global.
Okay, check them out. This was a good video. Now, there was one hole in it that I saw. Well, it's probably a couple holes, but it's one glaring hole. Now, I'm not going to blame China for this. This is our fault. While growing up here in the US, I noticed most of the things that we respond to is entertainment, music, which is not bad by itself. But I mean, the type of music you constantly listen to can be bad for you. But uh, entertainment type of things, uh, comedy, and definitely drama, and for some people, even watching people get hurt. Like what's that comedy thing called Jackass or something. So over here, especially, we like to indulge in that type of thing. I think in China, they enforce what their people watch, because if they was just to give, see, because I believe over here thing is like free reign, like we can watch whatever we want, and therefore it shows what we respond to. Over there, their government forces them to watch certain things, and this often kind of makes the thing of like, should we be forced to watch certain type of things? Because it's kind of like drugs on the street. You can't never really win the war on drugs, because it will always be a demand for it. It will always be people that will want it. And as long as there's people that want it, it will be there. It's the same thing like prom hub or prostitution or almost any negative thing. There's some low key demand for it, you know. So that right there, uh, I think that probably TikTok exposes America as a society. Now the thing is though, I'm thankful for TikTok for one particular thing: exposing women's toxic behavior. Is it all women? No. But it's not a little bit. It's like when a lot of people will say, like, well, it's only 1% of women or two. No, no, no. It's far more than that. I would say it's at least easy 30 to 40%. Easy. And I'm probably being generous. Most men would say that it's probably like 60, 70. I don't think that's the case. I think once it gets to the extent of like women that you can't find uh that's marriage material, as men, we gotta be honest. We're looking at the looks, and then we're looking at the character. And sometimes they might have the character but not the looks, or they might have the looks but not the character. It's hard to get that combo right there. So that's when you get the low percentage. It's the same thing with women looking for men like that's a certain height. There's plenty of decent men out here, but not that many men are 6 foot plus or 6'3", 6'4". Not too many men are over six figures or that's a millionaire. He might be a good dude personality wise, but however, he's not killing it in the arena of sport, of getting the bag. So when we're more honest about that type of stuff, then we can see why it is slim pickings out here. Because especially women are real picky because they have like a lot of quantity but not with the quality. And now men are beginning to be picky too. Now, I do think when you're picky and you don't really have nothing going in your life or something, you kind of shoot yourself in the foot as a dude, because you kind of have to take what you can get. But that's why I would say, kind of like in my case, raise your status. The amount of money, I can't get any taller. I can't get any better looking. I can't get any younger, but I can increase my status and my money. So once you do that, and because most women are superficial, materialistic, I will have more of a pick of women. But of course, though, once I step into that realm, is more of a thing of like, how many women will love me for me? And look, dudes, that is possible. I know Coach Greg Adams and all those men right there will scoof at that. Hey, only because you didn't have luck in that area. Don't I mean I've had women that I can say at least was attracted to me for me, or what they thought was me as a person, because it wasn't the money and it wasn't being tall or it wasn't driving a certain car. Now, of course, though, I only lived in like Philadelphia, but I've lived in Florida and I traveled to different cities. Now, I know California is cutthroat, so can't touch Coast Greg with that over there. I'm pretty sure it's all about the bag over there. But not every city is that is that hardcore. Oh, and probably Miami, but I haven't been to Miami yet, even though I live down here. But one day I want to go just to see. But I already hear how most of those women are. But I've seen men get women just because they can make them feel a certain kind of thing. They make them feel a certain kind of way. And I think that's always the best way when you're trying to get or meet women is, and that's not by trying to deceive them or act like something else, but find a woman that connects with you, and therefore she'll like your inner core to a degree. Now, however, though, will she love you? I don't know. Maybe she just likes how that makes her feel, how that makes her look. I cannot get into the psychology of why women pick some of the men that they pick. But I do think when it doesn't involve money or status or how tall they are or something, is how you make them feel. And for whatever reason you make them feel a certain kind of way, or you make them look good in a certain kind of way. And the sooner you figure that out, the better. Same more that I have to say. So yeah, I've always heard older people say, like, I wish people walked around with a T-shirt saying who they are as a person, like a person that's a cheater. They walk around with a shirt saying that they are a cheater, or a person that's a liar. Walk around with a shirt saying that they are a liar. For men, so that you don't have to do detective work. Women in general is showing how they think and feel by their TikTok videos, their posts. Pay attention to those, because that is the signal of how she is. Those posts that she is wrapping her hands around like this represents me, that's how she thinks. And if you disagree with it, then veer off. That's not the woman for you. Uh Try not to get blinded by the looks. And that's why I probably would say try to get to the point that you have more of a pick of women. That way, when you get a beautiful one in front of you, you don't go deaf, blind, and dumb, and and can't see the glaring red flags. Now, understand, everybody's gonna have some red flags. I'm pretty sure I have a red flag doing this content right here. If people were to know that I do this, but they don't delve in deeper to see that I'm not the toxic uh woman bashing dude of saying all women need to be in the kitchen or this and that. I don't think like that. Okay. So, but I do think if she's gonna have a list like a man should do this and that, then okay. Then what are you doing? You gotta have to have a list as well. And that's why I usually adjust to the person to a way. The only flaw that I've ever had is when I see is adjusting in a way that I don't want it to get the hell out of here. And yeah, so always have an exit strategy, because these women always have one. They always have some kind of way to get out of a relationship, whether it's micro cheating or monkey branching or whatever you want to say. So I'm going to end off saying TikTok is damaging society by what people are uh, responding to and posting. That I agree with. But it also has helped in a way if you know how to use it. And that's why I've learned how to do in this space, how to use certain things to my advantage. Even if I don't agree with it totally. This shows you what women to avoid if she does this or she posts this or she supports this. Then do not marry that woman. If you want to have fun with her or hang out with her, then fine. But do not, and if she brings up marriage or something, say like, look, I don't agree with that you think of how you think, and I can't see being married to a person that thinks like that. But however, though, we can continue to date unless if you change, you know. maybe we can talk about it, but I'm just not feeling it. So give me a like, a subscribe. God bless. Have a good day.
Say hello, kitty. I said say hello, kitty.
Hello, kitty?
Louder.
Hello, kitty!
From the back of your throat, from the bottom of your ass.
Hello, kitty!
Louder.
Hello, kitty!
Look at me. Say honey boo boo.
Honey, boo-boo.
Pull that Barbie out of your butt, sis.
Honey, boo-boo!
Chicken.
Chicken.
Tenders.
Tenders.
Chicken tenders.
Chicken tenders.
I said chicken
I
tenders.
said chicken tenders.
Say Chef Boyardee.
You've got to be kidding me.
Come on, Becky, with the good hair. Say it like you mean it.
Chef Boyardee, bitch!
Bro, what the fuck? No words. What the fuck is she? Now who are you?
We do not live by your rules, dirty word. Your ego has driven you out of truth. You only played yourself, got no game.